hubs located at Bamban, Tarlac was raided by the Congress. Upon the investigation, they found out that the POGO hubs operating has permit to operate that was issued by the mayor of Bamban, Tarlac, which is Mayor Alice Lugo. And additionally, they have a letter of no objection in the process of having a permission. So, the Congress questioned that issue since technically POGO hubs or POGO are already deemed as illegal.
So basically, Mayor Wu, she let the POGO operate in Tarlac.
I guess that she didn't operate, but she gives the permission to operate
She granted
the
the
POGO.
permission
Yes.
for the POGO.
Since she is the one who is in the government giving permits to the businesses, so she gives permit. And I don't think so that maybe she has a backup or
Connection.
no, not just connection but a benefit from the POGO since she left the permit.
Unfortunately, POGO hubs are deemed illegal in the Philippines, like you have said. So, how is that even possible that the POGO hubs were able to operate?
I think that is why Mayor Alice Lugo was questioned at the current hearings.
And addition to that, the news had been viral on social media, especially at the times that the mayor was being questioned about her background.
Yeah, that was her line, no?
Even imagine, even a 3 years old can answer that question.
Yes.
Where do you live? No, I mean, you get the point.
Yes.
And it was so questionable that she had no records, not until she was elected as the mayor of Bamban.
Yes,
Tarlac.
correct. Because she just came out
Out of
in
nowhere.
2020, out of nowhere in
Yeah, from
2022, and she became a mayor already, despite having backgrounds. And besides that, she's conspired as a pure Chinese blogger because of his father and the problems in her records, such as why she is late registered in the in her birth certificate as well as her educational background. Because you see that she is homeschooled up until high school, and yet she didn't even take college. So how can they afford homeschooling but they can afford tuition for college? So it's very questionable since I guess those reasons are quite contradicting as well as something fishy happening in her background. But the question is the nationality indicated in her birth certificate of his father. No, the birth certificate on her birth certificate, the nationality indicated on his father is Filipino. But the businesses of her family handled by his father, on those business permits and business certificates, the nationality indicated was Chinese and the name was in Chinese. So it's very questionable since from those permits and from the birth certificate, the nationality is very different.
It is confirmed that her father is a Chinese.
Upon the Congress hearing happened around, I guess last week. Yes, last week. She admitted, Mayor Alice Lugo admitted that her father is a Chinese citizen. So the conspiracies about her nationality as being a Chinese is strengthened. And
How about her mom?
well, her mother is I don't know. They didn't talk about her mother. So since I guess the father only was being talked about because she uses her father's surname because we know in family traditions and in family religions that we use our father's surname if we're not married yet, especially like in those cases.
As she said earlier, because of this, she was being suspected as the one who granted the permission for the POGO hubs to operate.
And it will be considered as a threat not only to the country, but for our country.
Exactly, because POGO hubs.
Yes, I believe that that's not a threat to their country because there are
It is only a
issues
threat to our
saying
country.
that it is their country, the China, is the one responsible in putting her in the Philippines
And in
to control
addition to
over
that,
internally.
mayorship is a launchpad in the Philippines for like if you're going to run for
Yes.
It's a starting point.
It's like a foothold. She was planted here in the Philippines for external control and to regulate the internally.
And I've heard this accusation that the taning tao,
Yes.
the taning tao is they're going to train Chinese national and they are trained to influence the Philippine when it comes to politics.
It's like they're making Chinese people as Filipino. Then they're gonna use it as a political machine in order to control over the Philippines.
So imagine if, for example, imagine if Alice Guo ran for president, then she won. Do you think she will give the West Philippines the yeah.
Especially, it's not just about the issues in the West Philippines, but also in the threat of China itself over political. Yes, it's like they're colonizing countries politically, not just in traditionally anymore, where they use guns, armor. It's like they more on politics or in the legal side. So yes, they are using it. They change their methods in colonizing countries. And besides that, aside from those accusations about her nationality, the POGO itself is a threat because it affects the economy of the Philippines. People say that POGO is good because it gives economic prosperity, but the issue here is it's illegal first. So the money they accumulated or the money they produce came from illegal and black market or yes, in gambling.
They can actually hack the government agencies.
Yes.
Yes, and get information, confidential.
Yes, aside from they can access, they are they benefit from the services and they are enjoying the freedom because they have identifications, they have the services, they have the documents in the Philippines, that is in the Philippines only, passports, identification cards,
I
etc.
think it's also using Philippine identification as their identity. It's also, I think it's also a threat for us. For example, they're going abroad, then they did something bad,
Yes.
or they stab someone. Then they're using the Filipino identity. Who's gonna pinpoint
Filipino.
the Filipino name
Yes,
for
and
it?
it's somehow it's quite questionable how they have access to these IDs and documentation. So it's not just a problem about POGO and China. It's also about we have administrative problems because someone is helping them from the inside that gives them access and permits to have those, because you can't just get an ID without due process.
Yeah,
Offices. Especially passport, aside from it's expensive, they have many actually restrictions, yes, and qualifications just to have passports, and yet they have Filipino passports is acquired easily.
Maybe
The problem, the POGO itself, people are people justify the POGO's doings because they give aside
they benefit from
Yeah.
it.
economic benefit, economic prosperity, but I believe that we really didn't benefit too much from it because I don't know if they pay taxes, right? Because since they're illegal,
They're just floating.
yes, they're illegal, and yet they were able to operate. So how they can pay taxes from
I
us?
don't think they pay taxes in Spain.
Since POGO is mostly operated by China and Mayor Alice Guo is believed as a Chinese citizen, what if the government isn't able to prove that the mayor is Chinese?
So if the Congress failed to prove Guo's Chinese nationality, there will be problems in racial and nationality aspect. Despite having prejudice against China in terms of territorial dispute, we shouldn't generalize Chinese Filipino or has an Asian race as endangered in our society.
Yes,
Basically, the hearings will all be pointless and the connections with the POGO.
And all
POGO
the
issues will be pointless.
no, I believe that it will be pointless.
No, I mean, it would be pointless like at some point, at the accusation, just the accusation.
They
But
just shift.
basically, the POGO issue is still relevant in our country.
So from the issues in this recent news, what's your insights about the issues? It into your mind?
I think it's the problem is the citizens who are gullible. They just go like basta-basta. They do not fact check. They do not do the background check. No, imagine Mayor Alice Guo just pop up in 2002. Then he won as a mayor.
Yes.
How did she? How did she get the heart
Something's
of?
fishy.
How did she get the heart of the citizens of Tarlac? Is it because of money? Then here, the citizens who votes.
Yeah.
Diba?
There's actually a problem not only on Tarlac but in the Philippines.
Like, not just the people.
Generally,
Generally,
no.
In general, the citizens of Philippines, they do not fact check, they do not vote wisely. It is a lack. Basically, it's a lack of awareness.
Yes.
Who they gonna vote.
Yes.
Lesson for me, it was vote wisely because you need to fact check, as she said, na we need to fact check the candidates.
before voting.
Yeah.
For me, it's not just about the voters or the citizens itself. For me, there's the government.
It's
The government system is really messed up.
At this point in time, I'm honestly scared. I'm scared because of like what we had discussed earlier about POGO. Like they can operate even though they're illegal. So that's just a part of what we know. So how about those issues that we're not aware of what their disadvantages and the threat that they make to our country is very and the fact that if everything there is true about Mayor Alice Guo, she's considered as a Chinese asset in
It's very
maybe, what if she's not alone?
Yes.
Yeah. And we're not aware of it. We're not aware of those
Yeah.
other people na like one of her. It's scary. It's
And
Yes.
what's happening on the hearing, like, it all makes sense. The information, the evidences, and all the
all the accusations.
it all makes sense, and
Hindi ko na po
it
alam.
completes
Oo.
the point,
and it's connecting.
connecting the dots of
Okay.
evidences, facts, and prejudices in other circumstances.
It's not just the territory, that it's all about the government, kasi POGO pa.
Different aspects.
Different aspects.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's
big
a lot.
issue. It's a lot to take.
It's a